Colonel Ron West and General Jerry Boykin have been American heroes to us for a long time. Our son could not be prouder that they are here with us tonight. But Colonel West, after Aaron died, supported Karen and I, without even knowing it. He is a man that you know who's not afraid to take a stand, no matter the cost. Thank God for men like that. And he's also a man that, took a risk with a commoner like me, a redneck from Tennessee, promoted my book. I mean, can you believe it? Promoted my book.
I'm a redneck too.
From Georgia, though. That's right. But here he is, Colonel Ron West.
It's interesting because Billy and I do share Tennessee because I went to the University of Tennessee, and as a matter of fact, I was just up there last night giving a speech, so we both speak the same type of language, so that's why I can understand your writing in your book. And to be here with a man that is truly one of my mentors. Some of you may have thought that Chuck Norris started Delta Force. But the person who started Special Operations Detachment Delta is sitting here with us tonight. And the one thing that we will always remember General Boykin was the fact that when he was the Deputy Chief of Staff for Intelligence up there in the Pentagon, he stood on principle. He stood and said, I will not back down from what I said about the God that I serve, even though it cost him probably a 4th star. That's the level of person, that's the level of commitment, that's the level of man and warrior that we need in the United States of America to restore this great republic. And he could probably still choke me with one hand. Being here tonight is very special because I remember the first time that I had the opportunity to talk to Billy when he called me up there on Capitol Hill, and no one was helping him with this case. And I said, this cannot go on. And if you have not read the book Betrayed, this is really a betrayal of American families. This is really a betrayal of American warriors, and we cannot allow that to continue on. But even more so, it's betrayal of subsequent generations of children that have lost their fathers, lost their loved ones, lost that role model in their home. And that's why you are here tonight. Tomorrow I'll get out there and I'll go for the swim and understand something. I'm an Army paratrooper, I'm not a frog man. So I'll do the little 200-yard thing, okay? Because I'm quite sure Nancy Pelosi would love to see the headlines in the paper saying, Valor West drowned by scumbag man Russia. As Clint Eastwood said, a man has to know his limitations. And to my Navy SEAL brothers that are here, I just want to tell you one simple thing. Most of you guys are really Army Special Forces guys, but you just wanted the pretty uniforms because you knew you'd get the girls. Oh, okay, yeah, the short haircuts. But all seriousness, what are we here to talk about? What are we here to remember? We're here to remember a simple number. That if you study and understand that number, it is about warriors making a stand for principle. Warriors making a stand for something that is greater than themselves. And that number is 300. Because if you go back and you read the account of the battle at the hot gates of Thermopylae by Herodotus, and he talked about Leonidas when he took his personal guard because of a religious ceremony, they did not allow him to take the entire Spartan army. But Leonidas knew how important it was to stand in that narrow gap against an invading horde to save the future of Greece, to save democracy. And even after those 3 days of fighting, when all of a sudden those Spartans and others were betrayed by a fellow Greek, Leonidas turned to one single Spartan warrior and gave him this message. And that epitaph is there today at Thermopylae at the hot gates. And it says, go tell the Spartans and strangers passing by that here, obedient to their laws, we lie. When we think about Aaron Vaughn, when we think about all of these great Navy SEALs, we have to remember those are our 300 Spartans. That are saying that we gave our lives, we laid down our lives for these great principles, these great United States of America, to protect this constitutional republic for future generations. That's how much they love us. And you being here tonight shows how much you love them and their families, who sacrifice, who raise warriors. And there's something special about that. But even more so if you go and look in the Bible, when God commanded Gideon to go out and stand and fight for Israel, Gideon first took out some 10,000. God said, you don't need 10,000. By the time he got down to it, he told Gideon, all you need is 300. Because all you need are committed men and women who will stand upon principle for these great United States of America. That's what we're here to remember. We're here to remember and ensure that a legacy and a lineage of service and sacrifice and commitment passes on to subsequent generations. We're here to make sure that those young men, those kids who lost their fathers, they don't forget what their fathers did for them. And they never forget how great this country is, so that one day maybe, as I stepped up in the line of a father who served in World War II, maybe they will step up and they will carry on that mantle. Because as George Orwell once said, a nation sleeps peacefully at night because rough men stand ready to do violence on her behalf. That is what we require, especially in these days. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for being here, for being a part of a lineage and a memory of a 300. And when you have that t-shirt or you have that polo shirt and you see that little Greek inscription, Molon Lave, always remember what that means. Because when Leonidas was asked by the invading Persians to lay down your arms, he simply replied with those two words, Molon Lave, which means come and get them. So today, when we have radical Islamist terrorists saying to us that we will see you in New York City, say to them, Molon Lave, come and try to take us. Because as one of our fallen heroes loses his life, we will raise 5 more. Because that's who we are as Americans. So God bless you all. Remember the 300. Remember the memory of